Good morning, Frank Frazetta fans. Today we're going to take a look at this art card set that was produced by Comic Images back in 1993. These are all artwork done by the legendary Frank Frazetta. Those of you who watch my channel know that I have collected a few of the Magic the Gathering and Sorcery cards that use Frank Frazetta images. This is some of the cards from the Secret Lair that he did that they applied to the Dark Ritual. Field Marshal, this image was also used in Sorcery as the Weatherwing hero. We have the Midnight Reaper in Magic the Gathering. This was also the imagery used for the Death Dealer in Alpha Sorcery. So those are some legendary Frank Frazetta images. This card set was produced in 1993, back when Alpha Magic the Gathering was being produced and printed by Wizards of the Coast. I got this in a box battle from Kitchen Table TCG, and it was kind of thrown in as a freebie, and somebody had collected this set and put it in nice little sleeves, and I am now adding it to my collection. So I thought I would chronicle all of the cards and the artwork in this set. I think it's just absolutely fantastic. I hope you agree. Like this video if you're a Frank Frazetta fan, and consider subscribing to the channel to get more Magic, Sorcery, TCG art content in your feed every day. Here we go. Card number one, it's Tarzan and the Golden Lion. The text on the back talks about how Frank Frazetta used to spell his name with two Z's, and then he dropped one of the Z's just to go by Frank Frazetta. So he did a number of Tarzan images. This is another Tarzan Kills Lion card. Some of these are just black and white ink sketches. This is Tarzan Confronts the Enemy, card number 3. We have Tarzan against the giant alligator, and Tarzan and the Ant-Man. This one's in color. These are commonly used for fantasy novel covers, I think, as well. Just Frank did a ton of these amazing photos, and then publishers picked them up and paid him to use those images to sell their Tarzan books. Also comic books as well. This talks about Judy of the Jungle. He drew some women. She's with the lion here in the Tarzan story. That's just cool. Here's Tarzan with a bear. The Lost Empire. More Tarzan imagery. Jungle Tales of Tarzan, card number 9. Land of Terror. Tarzan in the City of Gold. Here's Tarzan the Invincible. Tarzan the Lion Man. Son of Tarzan. Some apes. This might be the last one. Here we have Woman with Spear. There we go. On to the next subject here. Wolfman. It's cool. We have Luana. She's with a saber-toothed tiger there. Beyond the Forest Star. Like another planet. And we have Beast of Venus. Fantastical Beast. We have the Night Stalker, card number 20. Rogue Roman. Kane on the Gold Sea. There's a ship there. These cards have square corners, so they're condition sensitive if you're grading them. Previous owner sleeved these up for me, which is pretty nice. Here's King Kong. He did a King Kong. If you look closely, the female subject's at the foreground and King Kong is in the background. Pretty cool. Captured. There's a dragon artwork. In Magic, Tarkir Dragonstorm just came out. Final Fantasy is about to come out. People are kind of talking about some of the artwork used in Final Fantasy. And they have Frank Frazetta to thank for that. He started drawing back in 2nd grade. And I want to say did most of his professional work in the 40s and 50s. Here's a guy with a rifle. We also have somebody with a dagger, number 30. Some very artful cards. Bear watching caveman threaten cub. This one's kind of comical, but it is exactly what the title is. Here is girl obsessed by undressed man with hat. Some battle images. We got there's a tyrant. 35 is the Roman chariot. They're all images right out of the gladiator stories. Kind of fantastical horror. This is the torture garden. Winged terror. There's another drake dragon creature. Scramble. There's a scene here, kind of pilots rushing to fighter jets. The tempters. Either she's getting tempted or she's tempting that guy. Here's a new world. This one I think I've seen before. That's pretty neat. Her name is Eve, and then we have Orca Whale. This is a killer Orca Whale. Just the colors, just cool. So we're almost about halfway through this set. I did not give myself enough space to display all these cards, but there are 90 cards in the set. This is the Return of Jonger. He's fighting a dinosaur. He did Thor. So Thor is fighting this dinosaur in that picture. There's a sacrifice being depicted in that painting. African warrior. Very reminiscent of the Mirage Magic the Gathering set. Here are secret people in a world of mushrooms. There is Circle of Terror. Another planet, maybe. God from the Sky. The bomber jet attacking there. Huns, like Attila the Hun maybe, riding some horses. Fantasy World, that is exact iconic Frank Frazetta artwork. Fantasy World right there. '53 is Frankenstein and Dracula. Two of a kind. That's definitely two of a kind. Green Death. Caveman fight. Another fight scene. T-Rex. Kind of a dinosaur pencil sketch here. Castle of Sin. Very detailed soldier on a knight with some women battling. We have the gang's all here. Another nude painting. Windblown, pencil sketch. Conan the Barbarian, very popular art by Frank Frazetta. And I really like this set because the art reminds me of the early Magic the Gathering cards. When I see this Conan, I think Keldon Warlord from Alpha. Here's some Alien Worlds. I think of Magic cards like Ponder and Blood Moon, Deanna. This looks Lion's Eye Diamond. All of the artists I think that drew Magic the Gathering are aware of Frank Frazetta, possibly inspired by Frank Frazetta for some of their artwork. Many of those artists are now drawing for Sorcery, Contested Realm, which these full art trading cards remind me of as well. Many of those artists will be at the upcoming Gen Con in August or Magic Con Las Vegas, upcoming in June. Here's an African elephant. This reminds me of War Elephant from Magic the Gathering's Arabian Nights set. Pharaoh's Tomb. Some images. Family portrait this is. I wonder if that's the Frazetta family. It might say in the back. Interesting, Frazetta repainted one of his Luana posters to use as the cover for Edgar Rice Burroughs' book, Savage Pilidar. Oh, the other Luana painting appeared in a cover of Vampirella, which was a graphic novel magazine back in the 50s, 60s. Here's Luana. Tops in action, adventure, and excitement. There's a mastodon in space with a spaceship attacking this creature. We have Cavin's World, another barbarian attacking a drake. Here's an attack on another planet. I actually had a playmat like this. Some space warriors attacking a spaceship. We got Death Dealer. This is one of the iconic Frank Frazetta artworks as well. There's a couple images here of Death Dealer. That's the first one. Here's Death Dealer 3. People might recognize this Death Dealer. There's Death Dealer 4. The guy with the little horned helmet there is the Death Dealer. He's in a swamp in that picture. We have the Defender. That's kind of like the Death Dealer on a stallion in front of a castle. We have the Indian Brave. That was a popular subject with the shotgun. The Amali Legend fighting the dinosaur. We have Red Moon Black Mountain. That's just a location card. This reminds me of the full art lands in Magic the Gathering. We have Lost Continent, Ancient Worlds here. Fire and Ice. That's pretty cool. That had to have been a graphic novel cover at some point. Wild Ride. She's riding this horse on the beach there. That's actually a beautiful image. I like that. Wild Ride. Couple cards left. We have Handicap. This is a little golf series. Better View. Just trying to make the putt for birdie there. Great Form. There's the backswing. Good Form. Princess in the Swamp Thing. Another pencil sketch of a princess. And then the last art card is the Giantess. Reminds me of the Riddle Sphinx from Sorcery and the checklist card where you can collect all 90 cards in the set. That is the complete Frank Frazetta art set, my friends. Stay tuned for more Sorcery card discussions and Magic the Gathering deck techs. I'll make some videos. I'll preview all the artists that are going to be at MagicCon Las Vegas in June coming up. And then I'll do the same thing for Gen Con if they list those artists. And then I'll do the same thing for MagicCon Atlanta in September. I'll tell you which artists are going to be at the conventions, which cards you should bring to get signed, and do some recap videos after we attend those events. Thanks for following along today. Do like and subscribe. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers to produce more content like this, showcasing art of fantasy trading card games. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks, everyone.